Hello everyone, this is lecture number 16. In today's lecture, we will learn about numerical on BOD, diesel oxygen, and minimum velocity, it means self-cleansing velocity. So what are the numerical which is asked in the university exam? So today we will try to solve the all exam, those who are asked in the university exam. So myself, Iris Sonone, working as assistant professor in civil engineering department of SNJB Letso Kantabai Bahulalji Jail College of Engineering Sandwad. In content of today's lecture, you can see here, just I told you, we will solve a numerical problem on BOD, the numerical problem on DO, and the numerical on minimum velocity or self-cleansing velocity. So first, we require some important formulae solving each type of a problems. So first we will see, here is one BOD of a river, that is point of disposal. It means when the wastewater or any sewage is disposed into a stream, at that time what should be BOD? So that is a point of disposal BOD. So here is one formula you can see here, BOD of river, that is equal to CS into QS plus CR into QR, that is divided by QS plus QR. So what are the each term in this formula? You can see here, where CS as a BOD of sewage, QS that is sewage of flow, then QR discharge in the river, and CR is BOD of river on upstream of a point of a disposal. So with respect to this all term, we can easily calculate or determine BOD of river, the point where the point of disposal. So first, here again one important formula, that is ultimate BOD. So to finding a BOD of any days, that means 3 days, 2 days, or 5 days, generally or globally we have taken to finding BOD of required of 5 days, but may in a exam point of view they may ask for a 3 days BOD, 2 days BOD. For that we required one important formula or one important term, that is ultimate BOD. So first we will try to understand what the definition of ultimate BOD, then we will see its formula. So the ultimate BOD is the total amount of oxygen consumed when the biochemical reaction is allowed to proceed. Completion is called the ultimate BOD. It's a very simple definition. So it's the amount of oxygen consumed by where the reaction should be completely to the decomposition of that particular sewage. So whole reaction will be completed. That time how much oxygen required, that time how much amount of oxygen required, which is called as ultimate BOD. So because of ultimate BOD is so time consuming, in generally, just I told you, the 5-day BOD has been almost universally adopted as a major relative pollutant strength or a relative pollution effect. So this is about the ultimate BOD and its definitions. So ultimate BOD formula, you can see here, this is one formula. Actually, this formula used for calculating BOD in a days. So YT, that is Y is what? BOD. T is how many day with respect to the temperature. That is equal to L under bracket 1 minus 10 base. That means 10 raised to base raised to 10 raised base to K into 2. This K is the deoxygenation constant, and which should be sometime you have to calculate it, and this T is a time, so the temperatures. So in this formula, this L is the ultimate BOD, and how to calculate that L you can see here, or you can easily calculate it in terms of this formula of L ultimate. Is that clear? So YT, that is a BOD of waste in the day, that is sometime we always globally consider that is 5 days. L is ultimate BOD, just I told you, and K is the rate of constant, that is a deoxygenation constant. Already I told you about deoxygenations and the reoxygenation in the previous lecture. So these two formulae are very important. And third one is that is the determination of BOD for particular days. That means we can use this one formula for particular days. But before that, we require this K. And how to calculate that K, you can see here, KT is equal to K20 into 1 into in bracket 1.047 bracket complete raised to T minus 20 degrees Celsius. This is a common temperature as we consider to finding the K. K is nothing but all previous formula already be seen about how to find out K. So this formula K, where you can say this K20 is a deoxygenating constant that is always taken as 0.1 or sometimes given in the numerical example. And T is a temperature which we have considered for the 20 degrees Celsius or what are the given in the numerical temperatures. So first formula or first numerical we will see here, the just read that numerical. Determine BOD of river water on downstream of a point of sewage disposal using following data. So we have to determine here the BOD of a river. The data is what? Sewage flow, that is 5 mld, BOD of sewage, that is 240 mg per liter, discharge in the river, that is 20 mld, and the BOD of river water on upstream of point of a disposal, that is 5 mg per liter. And this example was asked 2070 in August or in some exam for 2 marks. It's a very simple example, or it's a very simple solution. You can see here, first in a solution, first we have to write all the given data. QS, that is sewage flow, that is equal to 5 ml. It should be converted to liter per day and liter per second. So that is a 5 into 10 raised to 6, that is a liter per day, and it should be converted into per second. That's why 5 into 10 raised to 6 divided by a day having a 24 hours, 24 hours having a 60 minute into 60 second, it may convert into say a liter per second. The answer is 57.87 liter per second. A CS, that is BOD of sewage, that is 240 mg per liter. QR, discharge in the river, that is 20 mld. So it's again converted to liter per second, 20 into 10 raised to 6. And that will become in a liter per day, and that liter per day converted to liter per second. That's why again 20 into 10 raised to 6 divided by 24 into 60 into 60, that will be the liter per second, that is equal to 231.48 liter per second. And CR, BOD of river water on upstream of a point of disposal, that is equal to 5 mg per liter. So just we know the formula of BOD of a river, that is equal to CS into QS plus CR into QR, that divided by QS plus QR. Where CS, so already I explained in the previous formula explanation each and every time, so doesn't need to again explain it. So first step in a solution to find the mixed BOD of the river and put the all values, those who are we have converted into liter per second, and put into the all values in given formula with respect to each term. So we'll get answer BOD of mixed river, that is 5 2, that means 52 mg per liter will the BOD of a river. So next one example, it's related to the BOD. So the 5 days BOD of wastewater sample at 20 degrees Celsius was found to 400 mg per liter. Determine the ultimate BOD and the 3 days BOD at the 30 degrees Celsius. Take deoxygenation constant as 0.1 per day at 20 degrees Celsius. So here are given the 5 days BOD with respect to its temperature, that is 20 degrees Celsius, and determine the BOD for the 3 days and with this temperature for the 30 degrees Celsius. It's very simple. In both example, in this example, we have to find out the ultimate BOD in the 3 days BOD for the 30 degrees Celsius. And this example was asked August 2017 end exam, that is for 6 mark and some exam. And solution, first we have to write all the given data. So here the given BOD of a 5 days for the 20 degrees Celsius temperature, that is 400 mg per liter. And K is the deoxygenation constant that already given, K20 is 0.1. And we have to find out. So to find the BOD for 3 days with respect to a 30 degrees Celsius, what? That is, we have to find out. So step number first in a solution, to find K20 first. Now in this example, K20 are the given, that is equal to 0.1, but sometimes is not given. At that time, we have to calculate, we have to determine first K20. So if here are one formula, KT, that means a K for the 20 degrees Celsius, that is equal to K20 into 1.047 bracket complete raised to T minus 20. Here T is the temperature, so that put the all values, those values are the given, K20 are the given, so 0.1, that is a K20, it's for 20 degrees Celsius, into in bracket 1.047, that is standard value which are came from this reflex equation, raised to 20, this is a temperature we have considered 20, so that minus 20, this is a general constant. So that is equal to 0.1 under bracket 1.047 bracket complete raised to 0, that is equal to 0.1 into 1, the value of this raised to power that is equal to 1, so that K20 is equal to 0.1. So step number second, to find ultimate BOD. So finding out ultimate BOD, you know that this formula, that is Y2 the BOD of some days or whatever days, that is equal to L is ultimate BOD in under bracket 1 minus 10 raised to minus K into T bracket complete. So we have to find out this value. We know that the value of YT, that is for 20 degrees Celsius, 5 days BOD are the givens. We know the K, we know the T. So that Y BOD for the 5 days at 20 degrees Celsius, that is equal to L minus 1 minus 10 base of the 0.1. So that is a already we find out a K20, that is 0.1 minus 0.1, put the value, and 5 is the time limits or the period which we have to taken as that of 5 days. Put the all values in the given formula, will get the L values. So we know that 400 and all the values, so L is equal to, therefore L is equal to 400 upon 0.684, the values of solution of this, that is equal to 584.79 mg per liter. That will be the ultimate BOD of 20 degrees Celsius for the 5 days BOD. Is that clear? Here is one note, just consider that is note very important. Note that ultimate BOD doesn't depend on the temperatures. Once again, ultimate BOD doesn't depends on the temperature. That's why we can easily calculate the BOD of 3 days at 30 degrees Celsius. So we know that the equation of YT is equal to, that is finding for the BOD. First we have to find out this K, that is KT. So KT is equal to what? 0.01 under bracket 1.047, and here T is considered the temperature, which is find out for 30 degrees Celsius, minus 20. Will get, after putting all values here, we'll get K30 as a 0.15. So this value we will put in here for finding out Y for 3 days. So you can write that equation in step number 3 or step number 4 for finding the BOD. So that YT is equal to, you know, that this formula. So Y3, that is a 3 days BOD in a 30 degrees Celsius temperature, that is equal to, you know, the ultimate BOD, which we already find out for 20 degrees Celsius, that is 584.79 under bracket 1 minus 10 raised to the, this is a K30 value, that is 0.15 into 3, and we will get the BOD of 3 days with a 30 degrees Celsius, that is equal to 377.29 mg per liter. This is for the our determination for 2 things we have to find out in previous example, that is ultimate BOD as well as the BOD for the 3 days with respect to 30 degrees Celsius and the 20 degrees Celsius. So numerical, this is a numerical for the practice. You can practice with respect to taking the reference of previous example, solution of previous example, and you can practice with this example, that is the BOD of wastewater incubated for 1 day at a 30 degrees Celsius has been has been found to be 200 mg per liter. What will be the 5 days BOD at 20 degrees Celsius? Assume K as 0.12 base of 10 at 20 degrees Celsius. So here BOD are the given for the 1 days, and we have to calculate 5 days BOD with respect to 20 degrees Celsius. But we are in this numerical example, we have to calculate first K20, K30 for the 1 days, and particular K30 considered for the 5 days, and then can you easily calculate what will be the 5 days BOD with respect to 20 degrees Celsius. So you can doing a practice of this example. So this example was asked May 2014 in SPP University and some exam for 6 mark. So the next, that is very important. So many of exam, previous consecutive exam 19 to 18, 2018, 2017, 2016, 2015, there was asked and some exam, one numerical example which is on the minimum velocity. So how to calculate minimum velocity or how to determine minimum velocity? Here are some important formula to finding out minimum velocity. So we consider here self-cleansing velocity, that is Vs is equal to under root of 8 into beta divided by f under bracket gs minus 1 bracket complete into g into ds. The meaning of each term you can see here, where Vs is a self-cleansing velocity, B is a dimensionless constant which represent the characteristic of the sediment, spelling mistake, sediment or solid particles present in the sewage. The value of B is about 0.04 to start motion of granular particles and about 0.8 for the adequate self-cleansing sewer. So we can take the value of 0.04 when all the descriptions are given here, and 0. Where it's for the adequate cleansing of the sewer. At that time, the beta value can be changed with respect to these sentences. Is that clear? So an F is a Darcy's friction factor. The common value generally considered as 0.03. So the remaining term you can see here, GS is the specific gravity of sediment or a solid present in the sewage. Its values may range from 2.65 for the inorganic sediment or 1.2 for the organic sediment. It's for the 2.6 inorganic, and the second one for the organic sediment. And G is acceleration due to gravity, always considered as 9.81 meter per second. And ds, that is most important term, that is ds is the diameter of solid particle to be carried by the sewage. So those particles present in the sewage, that's size or that diameter should be known. So finding out, so the ds, that is very important in the sewage. So in this, on the minimum velocity or self-cleansing velocity, there is a first numerical example. Find the minimum velocity and the gradient required to carry coarse sand particle size. So coarse sand particle size here are the given, that is a ds, that is 0.5 mm, and the specific gravity is 2.65 through a sewer of a diameter 0.9 meter. So here are given what the minimum velocity we have to find out here, and its gradient we have to find out here. Gradient for the sewer designing purpose, and they are the given size of particle and specific gravity and the diameter of that sewer. So assume here some constant, that is beta 0.04, and F is the Darcy's friction, that is 0.03, and N is Mann's constant, which has given 0.013. The sewer may assume to run half full. So here are given the conditions. Sewer assume run half full. And this example was asked May 2019. It's for 5 marks. The solution here are the, you can see here, first we have to write all the given data. Vs is a self-cleansing velocity that we want to find out here. And beta is a constant already given in the numerical exam, that is 0.4. Then Darcy's frictions factor given are 0.03. And GS is a specific gravity of sediment or the solid, that is 2.65. And G is acceleration due to the gravity, that is 9.8. Always we consider it or always we assume it. And DS, diameter of solid particle which are already given 0.5 mm, it should be converted into the meter. That's why 0.5 into 10 raised to minus 3 mm, sorry, meter. And n is the Manning's constant, which already given in the numerical example, that is 0.013. And d is the diameter of the sieve, already given in the example, that is 0.9 meter. So here is the first step to find the minimum velocity or a self-cleansing velocity. So we know the formula Vs is equal to under root of 8 beta divided by friction, that is F into under bracket G is specific gravity minus 1 into G acceleration due to the gravity, that is G, into size of a particle, that is ds. So we know the all values, put all values in this formula, will get them self-cleansing velocity, that will be the 0.0861 meter per second, and that is self-cleansing velocity, that is equal to 0.0861 meter per second. So in numerical example, we have to calculate or we have to determine the two things. One is the self-cleansing velocity or the minimum velocity, and the second one is its a gradient. So that finding out the gradient, we should find out the S. And we know the formula of, as the Manning's formula, that is V is equal to 1 upon N into RH raised to the 2 by 3 into S raised to the 1 by 2. So RH is the weighted perimeter. How to calculate weighted perimeter already be seen on previous 2 or 3 lectures. How to calculate it already be solved such type of numerical example. And S is equal to its gradient. S is nothing but as a gradient. We have to calculate this S, that is S gradient. So but RH should be know that is a weighted perimeter, that is equal to A upon a P. It should consider for the circular sieve area of sieve and a weighted perimeter, that is a P. So area is of circular, so that is pi by 4 into d square divided by weighted perimeter for the full flowing, that is pi into d. But the condition are the given running half full, that's why into 1/2 we'll get the d by 2 here, and that is RH value. So we know that the formula V, that is equal to 1 upon N, are the given 0.013 in the numerical example, that is the N constant, that is equal into under bracket D is the diameter of sieve divided by 2. So as per this condition, we will get D by 2 raised to 2 by 3 into S, that is the gradient of that sieve raised to 1 by 2. So put the all values in the given formula, so in terms of S, and we have to find out this S. So for finding S, so S raised to 1 by 2, that is equal to, we'll get this value after solving this mathematical equation. And you know that finding out the S, if the square of both sides, that S raised to the 1 by 2, that nothing but as the under root of S. So we can easily write here. So meaning of this S, that is equal to this value. Meaning of this S, meaning of S raised to 1 by 2, we can write the under root of S and then of this value, so that S is equal to 0.0165 raised to 2. Squaring of both sides, S will be the separate. In this case, S will get, that is a 0.00274. But gradient always 1 in how much? That means 1 meter is vertical and horizontal is how much, that will be the gradient. So we have to calculate how much 1 meter, so that we know the 1 upon x is equal to, we are the getting value of that is 0.000274. So we'll get values of x. So x is what? 0.000274, that is equal to x, and we will get this value 1 as 3649. So this is about what? The finding out of the S. So finally we get here the gradient of the sieve, that is S, that is 1 as 3649 meter. So here are some numerical example for the practice, and you have to do the practice on your home. or this this is the quarantine period or this pandemic situation, you have to do the practice on the given numerical at your home. So second numerical example, the find the minimum velocity, that is nothing but as a self-cleansing velocity and its gradient once again, to carry the coarse particle size of 1.5 mm and specific gravity is 2.65 through the sewer of a diameter 0.9 meter. And again, there are given some Erasmus constant, that is beta 0.04, F 0.03, and H 0.013. The sewer may be assumed to run the half full. So again, the sewer run may, or the condition are the given, and this example was asked December 2011, May 2016 for a 6 mark. So again, minimum velocity, self-cleansing velocity find out, then its gradient. Same formula you can use here. The second example again practice for find the minimum velocity and the gradient required to carry coarse sand particle size 1 mm here, and specific gradient is 2.66 through the sewer of diameter 0.6 meter here, and assume constant B is 0.06, F is 0.02, and H 0.012, and the sewer condition may be assumed to run half full. And this example was asked December 2014 for an 8 mark in SPPU exam and some exam. So this is about the all numericals about BOD, then Rihor BOD, then already we seen about ultimate BOD, BOD for the few days, BOD for 3 days, BOD for 2 days, BOD for the 5 days with this practice numerical example. And last one example we seen about the minimum velocity, nothing but as a self-cleansing velocity, and with respect to that self-cleansing velocity we can easily calculate the gradient of a given sewer after considering its diameter. So thank you for today's lecture. Thank you very much.